I just want to say before the video starts to make sure to hit that subscribe button. I am actually losing subscribers every day as I am transitioning over into Storybook Brawl content. So if you like what you see, if you want to see more, leave a like and hit that subscribe button and enjoy. What is up, everybody? I'm NoLucksGiven, and today I wanted to showcase my 50th win in Storybook Brawl. So as you can see, I currently have, it was right over here, I currently have 49 crowns in Storybook Brawl. Not actually currently, I think I've got about 80 to 90 crowns as I am recording this. But this was my 50th win in Storybook Brawl, and that number is divisible by 10 and 5 and 2. Well, 5 and 5 and 2. So that makes it special for absolutely no reason. Honestly, it's a pretty sweet game. Some pretty sweet things happen. I get to play Wonder Waddle, which is my favorite hero and probably your favorite hero too. Just a really sweet one. A lot actually happened in that first shop as well. I took the forbidden fruit. I think maybe I didn't want to lock because there were no animals in that shop. But we take the forbidden fruit and roll, and then we lock because we see a double black cat. And now we only have one unit, but it's a unit that spawns another unit, and it gives us a treasure, which is able to buff our board by a little bit. So we've got a 3/3 and a 2/2 on turn 2 as basically equivalent of what anybody else is going to be doing. And that treasure can hopefully help us going forward because now we're down to 35 health. So we've got to play a little bit of catch up here. But that's what Wonder Waddle does. Sometimes you take a little bit of a tempo loss. Oof, that's a big tempo loss. Oof, okay, that combat did not go too hot for us. But sometimes you take a little bit of a tempo loss as Wonder Waddle because you combine units early, and that's just part of the game. I'm going to buy both of the animals here in this shop, and now I've got a board of 3/3/3s plus a 2/2 on the resummon. So just like that, I think I'm already looking pretty hot. If I wanted to look even hotter, then I could buy the Sherwood Sure Shot here, a 3/2 Sherwood Sure Shot, potentially even throwing the spell on it to just get a random evil minion. I also don't think the Crafty is too bad here either. I've talked about this before, but tend to really like Crafty on Wonder Waddle because you get those treasures early on. So there I am mousing over it, and I lock the shop. I don't know about that because we're about to hit level 3, and with Wonder Waddle, you really, really want access to those level 3 treasures. We are still going to be losing this battle. It's not enough just yet because we don't have any ranged units. Golden Chicken pops off here, and then with Golden Chicken, typically on Wonder Waddle, you a lot of times just wind up skipping the treasure, and then you immediately resell the chicken for more than you purchased it for. And here I can sell the chicken, buy Sherwood Sure Shot, and then buy a Frog Princess, which becomes a 6/6. Probably don't want to cast this spell at this point. Probably just want to roll, see if we can find any doubles on either of the two things that we have. And when we don't find them here, I think we are just going to be fine to skip this shop. But a little bit awkward because we haven't seen any tier 3 minions yet, or 3-cost minions. So that is going to be a little bit awkward, but because we took the treasure, because we didn't skip there with the upgraded Golden Chicken, we are going to have an 8/8 Crafty, and that makes us actually pretty powerful for this stage in the game. 2 treasures on Crafty, plus an additional +1/+1 from one of those treasures. So looks like we're going to be okay here, and we are finally going to be getting a win. Don't know why I angry emoted there. But I don't know. I mean, we're killing it. Clearly, we have to take Trojan Donkey here because we are playing Wonder Waddle. And this is pre-buff to Trojan Donkey. Like I said, I played this game a while ago. Ooh, okay. Let's see what treasures we get here. Forking Rod. Wow. Okay, Forking Rod already is absolutely incredible on Wonder Waddle. That's going to bump our Crafty up to 11/11. But I was just making a joke because this Trojan Donkey is a 2/6. But of course, that's because of our Shepherd Sling, not because the Trojan Donkey buff. This game was played about a month ago, which means that we are going to see a little bit of mistakes happen in the game, and There are some things that I would play differently now, but honestly, I haven't even looked at this VOD in a long time. I just have it marked as my 50th win, so I'm hoping that something special enough happens into it. Yeah, we'll see. I still feel like we are decently powerful this game. The treasures aren't going to be anything too great, though. That was a pretty good hit for us with that donkey. Definitely good combat RNG here, I think, that is allowing us to win this fight. Donkey's going to take another bit of a beating, but we are going to win that one for sure. So now, I mean, yeah, I guess I will take another crafty. I really want to try to roll and just find another Trojan donkey. And you see there, I'm actually going to go ahead and sell my 3 blind mice just because I think that I might like to get them in the pool because there is the horn spell as well. But yeah, give all the characters in my shop +2/+2 for the rest of the game. That seems like it's going to be good there as well. And yeah, I mean, I think we're doing a pretty good job up until this point. I think our board presence is going to start to fall off a little bit. And the other thing that I really need to consider, because it does certainly look like I'm setting up for a hat ball, if that is the case, I really do have to make sure that I grab some spell weavers and that I grab some wizards familiars. Wizards Familiar is absolutely awesome on Wonder Waddle because you can upgrade them so easily. So hopefully I will be able to find some of those soon. I really haven't even been looking for them at this point, and sometimes I will, sometimes I won't, but I think that the most optimal play to find Wonder Waddle is to combine those units. I probably stepped away here. I don't normally leave the mouse on the screen like that. But try to combine the units and grab some good treasures. And then after I've done that, then I will try to see what direction those treasures push me in. Like if I get an early Bad Moon, that's one thing. If I get a Deep Stone Mine, that is another thing. And I'm not particularly excited about either of these treasures here. I think this will be a skip because Telltale Quiver, while it does improve the board, I think it will be a skip though. Yeah, I guess I have to take it because if I don't take it, then my dwarves are 7/7s. If I take it, they're 12/12s. But now I'm going to feel confident enough to grab the Spell Weavers, and I grabbed the Golden Chicken before I believe realizing that a stag is right here. And then I do think I wind up selling Golden Chicken plus Black Cat for stag. At least that's what I would do now. So let's see what I wind up doing. I got to sell one more thing. Sherwood Sure Shot? Fine. Okay. We sell the Sherwood Sure Shot. We put the stag second so that it gets to buff the Spell Weaver and the donkey. And we've got a pretty powerful board here again. So all of this is looking good. We're playing against Skip, who is just hit level 5 and could have some really good stuff. Could have some mummies. This is back when mummy was a level 5 that could wipe your whole board and was pretty gnarly, pretty nasty. One thing, if we do get mummied here, the Trojan Donkey will spawn a 4-drop, so maybe that will be enough to save us. Never mind, Trojan Donkey is dead. But my opponent also does not have a mummy. They do have a spell book for some scams, but it's going to hit our least important unit, and then we're going to hit into Broccoli, and we're going to be able to take Broccoli out here with our Crafty. So I think this has been going pretty well. My opponent is going to get a good hit there, but then we've got a ranged unit that will be able to clean up my opponent's back line, and we will be able to hit Skip for 5. So now we are in second place in the lobby, and we triggered our For Glory twice because we had a Forking Rod. So that was actually pretty important. We got a Soul Tack and we got a Chupacabra there, but I don't care about these. I need level 3 treasures. So I'm going to go for Crafty first because I think I'm just going to be skipping this treasure basically regardless of what it is. And then I'm going to combine these prized pigs and I'm going to hopefully get a crystal ball. So there we go. Now we've got Hat Ball Fork. We can toss the Deep Stone Mine. Our Crafty is still a 22/22, so we can still hang on to him. And now we can start to Hat Ball. We just have to find a Wizard's Familiar and some other fun stuff. So yeah, just now we have to find some units that actually scale and try to find a way to start winning. I'm going to go ahead and cast the Mix-a-Wazzle on the cat. That is an incredible Mix-a-Wazzle. Now that type of Mix-a-Wazzle will just hit a... actually, it would have made it an upgraded 4-drop, so that's still pretty good. Don't really need this here. I don't need any treasures. The only treasure at this point that I will really even consider taking... Oh, that's good. Yeah, playing some more spells. That's going to buff the Spellweaver, which buffs the Shoulder Fairy. I'm thinking about the Soultac Ancient because that also buffs the Shoulder Fairy, but this Shoulder Fairy is going to be plenty big. We've got two 20/20s effectively, and I think that that gives us a pretty solid board against Gwen here. And yeah, we're going to be able to clean that up, no problem. We're going to get a bonus 6 gold off of our spinning wheel. And now, all we have to do is find some Aeons, find some Mages, find some Wizards Familiars, find some Spellweavers. We just need to find some things that scale. We've got perfect treasures. We really don't even need either of these things. I mean, they're free. They don't hurt us. But we're just going to skip whatever this treasure is. I take a look, but I know I was skipping it. So, yeah, none of that really matters. I'll buy the Lonely Prince, too. I know I'm skipping this treasure, though, as well. Much so that I, went for the skip button before it even happened. But oh, that's good. I can cast that on the Frog Prince still. No, I tried to cast it on the Donkey. Don't quite know what I'm doing there. But, yeah, I want to be casting any spells that I can find. Certainly any True Love's Kisses that I can find. Sorry, any targeted spells that I can find, like Merlin's Test. Then I also want to be picking up some units that will actually allow me to snowball. So I do need to pay attention to what is rolling by in the shop, and probably should have bought that XP as well. It would have been doubled, but I think I was just concerned with some other things going on, trying to figure out if I want to stop there or if I want to use these extra 2 seconds just to do something. It's really tough when you are hatballing. I'm going to go ahead and make a treasure here. I know I'm just skipping this treasure anyways, so it really doesn't matter that I miss it here, and I'm playing a unit down as well, which also hopefully doesn't matter. My opponent with a Hercules already, pretty fantastic for them, and they are going to get the treasure here as well. So pretty good start for Galahad, but pretty good start for us, I think, as well, as we are able to make some good work here from this lobby. Let's see. No, though, I'm going to lose. Wow. Okay. So I actually lose to Sir Galahad. Take 6, go down to 20. That's fine. But I really should have taken that experience, and there's just so much going on. And by the way, that's why I grabbed the water. I knew we were going to be hatballing, and I wanted to grab some water because I know I'm going to be talking a lot. So I'll take a quick little break here as we go through this shop. Again, this might not all be optimal. Part of the reason that the TLKs are doubled, though. That is sweet to note. Part of the reason that things might not be optimal is because, like I said, this is somewhat of an old game, but also you got to cut somebody a little bit of slack when they're hatballing. It's never all going to be optimal. You've got computer issues, you've got lag, you've got latency, and just the processing power, the boomer brain going at it and trying to make sense of everything that's going on. Yeah, this spell seems fine. I grab an upgraded Princess White, and then it becomes a Shadow Assassin. I think that that's good. I think that means that Princess White will no longer be a part of our pool. So we took a minion out of our pool. So that's fine. I buy the Blind Mice there. Please buy this. Please buy this XP. All right, nice. So I should have already been 6, but at least I'm 6 now. All right. Certainly not the best combat here, but certainly not the worst. The only thing that this combat is really going to depend on is if my opponent's Queen of Hearts hits me in the Spellweaver. And it's a 50-50. It does. Oh, but then I've got a Siren. So I'm actually going to steal that. And then I'm going to... Oh, luckily they attack into me. But we still hit them for 14. was going to say, if I get to attack again, my opponent's dead because I'm going to steal an upgraded frog. Then I find a Storm King. Okay, that's pretty sweet. We are popping off a little bit now. We found a few more scaling minions, and then we find an Aeon. So that is pretty cool too. I don't think I really want this, what's it called? Shadow Assassin in. I don't think that that's enough of a scaling minion. I will certainly consider the Crocbait. It looks like I'm selling for Crocbait, because I just don't mind putting a Storm King inside of a Croc early on. It just gives you more opportunities to find Storm Kings. So that's sweet. We'll do that, and then we'll probably just cast a Genie's Wish. And that does mean that we're not pumping the Storm King with Aeon, but we're pumping the Storm King in plenty of other ways, and 2 slightly smaller Storm Kings is definitely more powerful than 1 upgraded one. And we never know if it's like, sometimes because we are hatballing, we're actually refreshing more spells, and we're hatball forking. We're refreshing and seeing more spells than we normally would, so it might actually be easier to upgrade a Croc than it is to upgrade a Storm King, and that will give us a level 6 treasure in its own capacity there. I think I just I don't really know why I emoted that turn, but looks like this game is going perfectly fine for us. We are going to lose our Storm King to my opponent's ranged units, but then we're going to get 2 more units back for ourselves with that Siren. That Siren has been pretty good for us. That was a TLK target. Then we're going to get 2 more units even so. So that is enough to kill my opponent here and move us on. So this shop starts, and we've got some extra gold because of the spinning wheel that we got off the Genie's Wish, and we find our first Wizard's Familiar upgrade. So we are going to combine that Wizard's Familiar and finally start scaling here into pretty late into the game, to be honest. We don't have a Prince or Princess, but I'm going to buy that so that way the shop kind of populates with some more spells. This is something I'll do every once in a while when I am hatballing, is just kind of buy some things so that way we get 2 rolls at spells, and you do actually wind up making out on gold with that sometimes, with just how that works out. Grab a healing potion there. That's pretty sweet. And then just going to continue to cast spells. Not really too much of anything to say here. Let's just cast as many spells as we can. And then I go for giving everything in the shop +2/+2. And I should definitely be locking this one. I should actually just sell for the Storm King here and purchase that, put it in instead of the Crafty. Do I get it in? I just barely do. Nice. Okay. So Crafty is finally out. We have definitely made strong use of him throughout the game, and my opponent's got a pretty good comp here with some good boys and court wizards and ranged units, but not too many princesses and princes, or at least some things in kind of a weird order here. So we are actually going to hit them for exactly 17, and that's pretty good because they could have gotten out of hand as this game goes on, and they were probably our real competition. I guess Crafty is probably better than the Trojan Donkey. A lot of our units are still pretty weak, so we can afford to play a few more units here. I definitely want to try to find some Spell Weavers. I'm just going to grab that unit again so that we've got some room in the shop to populate. Should have bought the first spell before I did that, though, because that is going to deny me a roll. There's no reason to grab that other than like potentially a TLK target, but we already have 2 TLK targets in our hand, so no real reason to make use of that. But yeah, again, then here we can buy the spell and go for a Sugar and Spice before. I think I will take this Dream, and I think we see there I'm going to sell some things in my hand so that way if I dream and find something that gives me spells in my hand, I will be able to make use of that. And I'm going to gain health, and then I'm going to switch into Merlin. So that was a pretty good double dream. I don't need that. What I should actually be doing is buying that Cinderella there, but I lock the shop just because it has the spell in it, and that's going to get us started on hatballing next turn. I'm probably just going to devour that dragon immediately, though. Honestly, the dragon is fine, and I could put the dragon in above the soul tack as our first minion. So maybe that is part of my thought. Maybe I am planning on playing that dragon. Yeah, I guess I am. So we will kill another opponent here, knock down Gwen, and then we'll see what my plan is with this dragon. Am I devouring it? I'm probably devouring Crafty. Okay, yeah, so I devour Crafty, and now I'm getting Merlin triggers on each of these things. I think I'm going to wind up selling the soul tack pretty quickly, just because I don't want it to get any of Merlin's buffs. But now I'm hatball forking as Merlin. I've got a huge board presence. I'm not going to be combining any more Spellweavers, but I can combine some Storm Kings. This is going to give me a level 6 treasure, but none of them have the word spell on it, so that is a skip. I was really just looking for, whenever you cast a spell, double it. I'm not really looking for Black Prism here. The guaranteed fork is just so much better than rolling for Black Prism. Could have potentially taken the Genie's Wish, but the Poison Apple I think will be just as good. I was debating if I wanted to sell any of my minions on the bench before I cast some spells, but I'm just going to go ahead and cast these spells first. And if they get the Merlin trigger, so be it. I'll save the gold for the next turn. But while the dragon isn't necessarily synergistic with any of the things that I'm doing, it could potentially, it could scam, and we're certainly going to see it scam a little bit here. Actually, wow, this is just going to be enough to win, isn't it? That's 20. Oh, it's 19. It's 19 and my opponent survives at 1. Okay, so we've got one more combat to play here. I find another Storm King. Could probably cut the Siren at this point. Let's see, will I sell any of my minions before I start casting spells? But no, we're gonna cast some spells on the dragons. I am gonna sell my bench here. I recognize that this is the last turn of the game. This is where the econ is going into. I don't have any monsters now, so I cannot cast the Rootworm. There's no monsters in the shop, so we're just going to go ahead and roll. Look for a few more targeted spells, and of course, any spells that we find are going to be cast twice here. You know what I mean. A lot of them are going to be cast twice. I think this could be fine on Aeon. We're kind of done with Aeon at this point in the game. What did we get? Oh, we got a monster book. Nice. Okay. Game starts to bug out for us a little bit here. Let's see. We can turn this. I think I should have just kept that as a Medusa. Now it's a Baba Yaga. I could backline it. I probably should. We're running out of time. I'm just going to cast the Toil and Trouble and roll. Let's see. I could roll a few more times, but I think this game's done. Okay, let's lock a Spellweaver or a Storm King. That's what I mean. This Baba Yaga should have been backline and supporting our dragon. Toil and Trouble, one of those went onto the dragon as well, and my opponent is going to trade with the Baba Yaga, but then my dragon's going to get in. It's going to kill two of my opponent's minions. That's going to allow the Storm King or the Court Wizard to get a bunch of attacks. This is going to give the Court Wizard another bunch of attacks, but it's impossible for my opponent to get past this huge Storm King. I've just cast way too many spells this game, and it probably had some Merlin triggers on it as well, and that is just way too big of a Storm King. 420 defense. 420 is just way too high, so that is going to be able to allow us to get my 50th Storybook Brawl win. So thank you guys very much for joining me for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed this one, and if you did, make sure to leave a like so that way I know that you enjoyed the content. I actually do lose followers every day on YouTube as I am, or subscribers on YouTube every day as I am putting out this Storybook Brawl content. So if you like it, make sure to let me know in the comments down below. Kind of stumbling over my words here. Oh my gosh, stumbling over my words. Shorewood, Sure Shot, Sugar and Spice. Shorewood, Sure Shot, Sugar and Spice. That's going to be it for me today, guys. Thank you. I'm keeping that in at this point. It's just funny. But there was one other thing I meant to say. Maybe it was just like, subscribe, enjoy new Storybook Brawl videos every day. You know what it is? It's the hat ball of it all. The hat ball of it all really gets to you, And this was quite the game. It was pretty sweet for my 50th win here. So I think that this was a proud one to have. 5 Storm Kings, 6 if you count the Wizards familiar, and maybe a little bit of awkward placement at the end. But you know what? The dragon was fine. The dragon figured out what he needed to do and got it done. And we got it done. We got the dub as Merlin here off of Wonder Waddle. So all of that was a lot of fun. Hopefully you had fun. If you did, make sure to hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and you can follow me on twitch.tv/NoLucksGiven, where I'm playing some Storybook Brawl live. I am also going to start uploading some videos from the recent Storybook Brawl League Open qualifier, which I was able to qualify for. Got 16th place in the qualifying round of the league. And yeah, that was all good stuff too. Just Hatball. Hatball will really do it to you. Have fun. Peace. No looks given. What am I doing? 420. Bye.